Hello, how are you? Good. Nice to meet you. I'll be carrying out your skin assessment today. I'm going to start by observing your skin, so please relax and stay nice and still for me. Thank you. So, let's see what's going on. Okay. So, do you have any concerns? Okay, so the freckles and dark patches. Okay. So that'll be the pigmentation. Okay. And dark circles, lines under eyes. Anything else? Okay, good. So, from my initial observation, your face is quite dehydrated all over. You do have some blackheads on your nose, dark circles under your eyes, and some lines. And you do have quite a bit of freckles, pigmentation dotted around. Okay, but overall your skin actually looks quite nice and clear. Alright, okay, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper in a moment. Okay, lovely. Can I touch your face? Thank you. Okay, so your face doesn't feel oily at all. It is obviously quite warm, so a tad bit greasy. Okay, doesn't feel dry. Okay. Nose is quite nice and clear. Got some little black heads in the centre here, and a larger one at the front there. Okay, but you don't have any enlarged pores, okay? Okay. Yeah, it's quite nice and smooth between your brows. Okay. Brows are nice and clear. Some lines here, your crow's feet, okay? It's not too noticeable like that, but obviously when I am squeezing, that's when it shows more, okay? Let's have a look under your eye. So you do have darkness here. It's quite hollow and it's giving that shadow. Okay. There's no puffiness under there. Feels quite nice and normal. Just going to squeeze a little. So just like so, I can see a little line. It's not too bad. Obviously when I squeeze it's more prominent. Okay. Got a good bounce here though. Even though you've got some lines, it is quite nice and spongy, which is good. Okay, let's have a look at this side. Yeah, basically the same, nice and supple here, dark circle there, a line underneath. Okay, now I know you were concerned about your dark circles, they're not that bad. I've seen far worse, and I know they fluctuate, but yours is just kind of here. It doesn't go under the rest of the eye, and it's because here is quite hollow, it goes in. Alright, and I can see the lines under your eyes that you're concerned about, but there is only actually one slight line under both, there's no more. It's not that bad. Alright, you've just lost some collagen under there, and it's, you know, making it a little bit more saggy, and then that's causing the wrinkles. That line isn't really noticeable at all, my love. No, not as we're sitting here, and even when I'm squeezing. Maybe if you've got makeup on it might show up slightly, but more like a bit like a texture rather than a line. Good bounce. Not a lot of excess skin. Your face is nice and tight. nice light little line here. It's very small. Upper lip is nice and smooth. Look at your lips. A little bit cracked places. They are appearing quite dry, especially with the heat. Try to keep them quite moist, quite supple. Use a lip balm, even one with an SPF in or something like that. Really help protect from the wind and the sun. Alright, and that will help hydrate them as well and keep them nice and supple. Alright, so overall your face is quite supple. It's got some good bounce in places. Alright, what's letting it down is the dehydration. There's quite a lot on the forehead and cheek areas. Alright, and definitely under the eyes. That's where you've got this slight creeping appearance here. Yeah, like it looks quite dry, like it's thirsty, really wanting a drink. That's because of the dehydration. Alright, okay. Now looking at the freckles, I can see why that is bothering you. Now, is this a new thing? Okay, so every summer they come out. Alright, so you don't typically have them throughout the year. Okay, interesting. Okay, now are you finding that each year you're getting more and more during the summer? Yeah, so it's like they're just building up. That is quite typical of pigmentation. Especially as we age, we are prone to more, call them age spots. And that's just obviously the melanin in our skin is changing colour. Alright, and I can see you've got quite a few on your forehead and here. Alright, that's quite common because it's where the sun hits first, with it being usually cheeks quite out, and obviously your forehead, unless you be, got a hat on or something like that. But you really need to make sure you are wearing an SPF. You do have some larger patches of pigmentation. Alright, dotted around. So that is definitely sun damage. Alright, there's a few freckles on the nose area too. Okay. Try using some vitamin C, some brightening products to help reduce the look of those. Alright, yeah, something like that. Make sure you are wearing an SPF. It's going to help prevent any more. And then you want to keep your skin hydrated as much as possible, and using a vitamin C will help obviously reduce those. And using a good product at night, not every night, but something like tretinoin or a retinol or something like that to help renew your skin, like resurfacing, and it will really help reduce the appearance of pigmentation. Alright, but it's about preventing further damage, my lovely. Okay, that's a big factor. Alright, okay. No, looking at your skin, it's not looking old, my lovely. No, not at all. It looks quite youthful, as I said. It's got good elasticity, good bounce, it's quite supple. It's just really dehydrated, and it's actually quite common, especially through the summer months, as skin dries out a little bit. It's wanting more moisture, it's wanting more water. And sometimes, skin can produce more sebum to help compensate. And that's when we can get this like greasy kind of oily shine to our skin. Yeah, and that's, I think, what's happening to you. And obviously with it being so clammy and humid, the surface of our skin can feel quite sticky, quite clammy, and in turn that can cause breakouts. Alright, but I think it's quite good, especially if you've got your skincare on and maybe you're feeling a bit clammy, just get a nice disposable towel, you know, and pat it on your skin, or some kitchen roll, just to absorb any of that extra moisture. All right. Now it's a bit different if you've got makeup on, because if you're going to do that, you know, potentially the makeup's going to come off, so you just kind of have to sort of deal with that, or use a good setting spray to help keep it in place. All right. But you know, your skin's actually really quite youthful. Now under the eye area, it's to do with the hollowing that's causing the dark circles. All right, just make sure you are removing all of your eye products before bed. Okay, so we're not getting any bits go down. All right, and removing makeup is essential anyway to keep our skin nice and healthy. All right, you don't have any breakouts or anything really. Your skin's actually quite even. It looks quite nice and even all over. You haven't really got any patches of skin that looks different, apart from a couple of the pigmentation patches. All right. This will be bright. You can close your eyes if you wish. Keep nice and still for me. I'm going to take some pictures. Turn to your left. Turn to your right. Back at me. Close your eyes. Okay. Okay. Can you smile for me and hold it? Okay, frown. Raise your brows. Okay, relax. Pout. Relax. Neck's nice and supple. Do you have a lot of pigmentation on your chest, my lovely? Okay, you've got all sorts of different sizes, different freckles, some larger pigmentation patches. Okay, because it's quite tanned as well. Alright, and it doesn't feel dry as such, but it's really dehydrated when I'm squeezing. All of the lines there are from dehydration. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Your skin hasn't particularly gone red with me touching. Do you burn easily in the sun? Okay. Your skin doesn't appear to be sensitive, my love. Alright. So with that, you should be able to use some kind of retinol product. Okay. So, let me just mirror that. Okay. That's fine. Good bounce. Okay, get nice and still. See the lines in your eyes clearer now, and the pigmentation a lot clearer. Your skin is quite healthy, my love. It's very minimal things that a lot of it could have been prevented, and more can be prevented. Okay. So I'm very happy with your skin, my love. It's in really, really good condition. All right. Now you really need to work on your hydration level. So please drink plenty of fluids, especially when it's going to be humid and really hot. Okay. So we need to get your water levels up. You need to make sure you are using a good anti-aging hydrating range of skincare. All right. You want to be bringing in a vitamin C and some kind of retinoid or tretinoin, something like that. Okay. So make sure you are exfoliating at least once a week. All right, twice at max. That's going to remove all of your dead skin, okay, and help obviously your skin turn over better. So I think it's essential for you to make sure that you are double cleansing with a hydrating cleanser. I want you to exfoliate once or twice a week, okay. Maybe try like a gentle peeling exfoliator. Elf do one, that's quite nice. Hydrating cleanser, CeraVe do one, Garnier do one. There's quite a few, but they're quite nice. And I think you need to start using a vitamin C. Any vitamin C is great, but try and get one a bit higher strength. Okay, that will really help your pigmentation. Okay, and then look for a tretinoin or retinoid, maybe Ordinary or Skin and Me, something like that. Okay, have a look, and you can use that to start with once a week, maybe twice, and every other night. See how you get on, build a tolerance up to it. Okay, now avoid a serum for hyaluronic acid. Try and get a hydrating cleanser because it will be in there. Okay, so I wouldn't get that again. It doesn't always feel the best. You want a really good eye cream, something like CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. Now that's going to work deep down, so it's going to go through the epidermis and the dermis and really help repair your skin barrier and hydrate the skin, and that's what you want to do. Okay, and then you can use CeraVe Advanced Repair Ointment on top. That will really help locking the moisture, and it's got essential ceramides in it and hyaluronic acid. And it's a really good product, okay. Compare those together wonderfully, and a really good moisturiser, okay. You know, you could try Lancome. They've got a good anti-aging one. There is Cruel. They've got a really intense moisture one. Or you've got some Garnier L'Oreal ones. There's loads, okay. But it wants to be nice, thick product for the evening. All right, and something really nice and hydrating. All right. And that is it really, my lovely. So it's just about, you know, drinking plenty of fluids, keeping on top of your skincare regime, removing all your makeup, and wearing an SPF, okay? Any face SPF is ideal. You can get ones that's got tint in it. It's just totally up to you. All right, do you have any questions? Okay, well, if you do think of anything, please contact me. I will write up this report and email it to you, and I will also send you over some recommendations of products and a skincare regime just to help you. All right, but we need to kind of keep on top of your hydration and obviously the pigmentation and preventing any further damage. You're very welcome. You take care now. Bye-bye.